Hello guys, today I'll be teaching you basic mathematical operations by combining similar terms. So let's start with the first example, which is, as you could observe, these three terms are similar since they all have x's. So you could just, you could just subtract it and then you'll have your answer. So 3x minus 2x would equal to 1, or x minus 4x, then x minus 4x would equal to negative 3x. Therefore, that's your answer. What you could observe in these terms is that they all have x squared. So you could just combine them since they are similar terms. So 5x, you can pause this if you like, then solve it on your own then. You can just play the video, then find out if you got the right answer. So first off, 5x squared minus 2x squared will result to 3x squared plus 3x squared. So 3x squared plus 3x squared will result to 6x squared. So that's it. That's your answer. It's that simple. So let's move on. Let's move on to another example. As you can observe in this problem, we have 3a cubed and another 5a cubed. These two terms are similar, therefore, they're the only ones that could be combined. And this 2a squared and a squared, these terms are the only, wait, these terms are the only ones who are similar to each other, therefore, they're the only one they're the only ones that should be combined to each other. So yeah, that's basically much it. So 3a cubed and 5a cubed. 3a cubed plus 5a cubed would result to 8a cubed. Then negative 2a, copy that, negative 2a plus a squared. Negative 2a squared plus a squared would result to a cube. Negative 2a squared plus a squared would result to negative a squared. So there you go. You can further combine these two since they have different terms. This one have a 3 and this ones have a squared, and they have different terms, therefore they can't be further combined. So on to another example, let's say. So we are now in a much complicated, let's say, problem. So therefore, the only thing you must first, here's my tip when encountering these types of problems. You must first, let's say, find the similar terms. So 7x squared and 3x squared are both similar terms, and let's say 4xy and negative x 2xy is similar, and 5y squared and negative y squared are both similar. Therefore, they are the ones that should be combined to each other and not the other way around. The other way around, I mean. So let's first do this. 7x squared minus 3x squared. 7x squared minus 3x squared is equals to 4x squared. Then 4xy minus 2xy would result to positive 2xy. And 5y squared and minus y squared would result into positive 4y squared. So that's pretty much it. And there you go. I mean, um, yeah, there you go. You have your answer right there. So, uh, second to the last example. 4a cube minus 2a cube. So this we have our problem here. So first, let's figure out what are the similar terms. So 4a cube and negative 2a cube are both similar terms. So we should combine these two, and 5a squared and negative 3a squared are both similar terms. Therefore, we could combine these two. And lastly, 5a and a, negative a, are similar terms. Therefore, we could also combine these two. So 4a cubed minus 2a cubed will result to 2a cubed. And 5a squared minus 3a squared would result to positive 2a squared. Then, lastly, positive 5 minus 1, since a here, we just assume that there is a 1 there in the a. So there you go, 5a minus 1a. So therefore, it would result to 4a. So here's your answer. And on to the last example, which we have. So on to our last example. So first, when encountering these problems, let's first find out what are the similar terms. So 5x squared and negative 2x squared are both similar terms, and let's say 7xy and negative 3xy are both similar terms. Therefore, they are to be combined, and 2y squared and negative y squared are both similar terms, therefore could be combined. And lastly, um, ooh, and lastly, 4xy and negative 2xy are also similar terms. And as you could observe, xy could also be found here in these two similar terms. Therefore, these four terms are similar terms. Therefore, these four should be combined to each other. So 5x squared minus, uh, please excuse the noise. So let's proceed. 5x squared minus 2x squared would result to 3x squared. 7xy minus 3xy, 7xy minus 3xy would result to 4. Still 4xy, then 2y squared minus y squared. There is always a 1 here, so 2 minus 1 would result to positive y squared. And 4xy minus minus 2xy would result to positive 2xy. And as you could observe here, 4xy and 2xy still have the same term. Therefore, this thing is not our final answer yet. So we need to combine these two. So we need to combine these two. So 3x squared, 4xy plus 2xy would result to 6 positive 6xy. Then at the last one is positive y squared. So here's your answer. And yeah, so that's it. Good luck, students.